With Mother's Day soon approaching, I've got some little ideas that you could take away and do yourself for Mother's Day. The first thing is super easy. I picked up this cup and saucer in an antique shop for about £1 and I planted a sempervivum in the top. It took me less than 10 minutes to do and it's really easy to look after. So even if your mum's not a gardener, I'm sure she won't be able to kill that. This one's another easy one, and if you've got even less of a budget, you can use an old bottle like this, and I've cut some eucalyptus from the garden, and I think that's a really nice gift. You could use rosemary as well in the top there, and that will give you a little evergreen scented foliage which will last for a few weeks. I think it's a little less predictable than a bunch of flowers as well, and really good if you're on a really tight budget. If budget's not an issue, however, what about this? I've planted 5 real orchids into a champagne bucket. Now this is costing about £200, but if you've got the budget, it's a really nice gift to give. And I've mulched the base with moss just to make it look more realistic and make the orchids look at home. If you want something a little less expensive, try something like a cyclamen, and I've placed this in a beautiful French hand-decorated pot. Something like that is going to cost you about £20. But if you're looking to do something a little bit more creative, why not try something like this? I've used a hurricane lamp, but you could use an old vase or maybe even a bell jar. I've just planted a small orchid in the middle. This is a dwarf orchid. I picked this up from a garden centre, and I've planted that in the centre of here, and I've mulched it around with champagne corks. I've also, just for a little bit of sparkle, added some battery operated lights, and I think if you were to give that on Mother's Day, it would be really well received. If you can't be bothered to make any of these things, or you're not kind of crafty like I am, then maybe you could just go out and buy some secateurs, and I'm sure your mum would appreciate those. Whatever you're doing on Mother's Day, have a good one. Bye bye.